This month, we observed Martin Luther King Jr. Day to commemorate his January 15th birthday. Well, I have a personal little shtick regarding him, and I will share it with you in this video. Shalom, my friends. Yes, I do have my own little shtick concerning Martin Luther King, and that is that I never refer to him only as Dr. King. I much prefer Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. But if you want to include his doctorate when you refer to him, that's fine. Then let's say the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Let me explain why that's important. Several years ago, I was stunned to learn that none of my 3 well-educated children had ever heard that Dr. King was a reverend. That's like not knowing George Washington was a general. They'd never heard of the Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia. It's almost like not knowing that our democratic republic was born in Philadelphia. If American society is to retain its religious soul, the soul that says that human rights come not from the generosity of the state, but from the hand of God, as stated in the Declaration of Independence, it is America's religious communities, especially Christians, who must lead that fight. And it should be well known that the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King was first and foremost a man of God. And perhaps I can speak to that with an extra level of credibility because I am not a black man, I am not a Christian, I am a Caucasian Jew. So I have no African American axe to grind, no Christian axe to grind. I have only an American axe to grind. When the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King sat down to write his magnificent I Have a Dream sermon, he didn't turn to academic books for inspiration. He turned where any minister, priest, or rabbi would turn, to where any man or woman of God would turn. He turned to the Bible, for example, to the prophet Isaiah, where he read the following: "Every valley shall be exalted, and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together." And these words were one of the paragraphs before which he placed his unforgettable motif, I have a dream. This dream, and the entire I Have a Dream sermon, was the work of a man of God. I have been to the mountaintop, and I have seen the promised land. That was a direct reference to Moses, the writing of a man of God. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? That is the question of a man of God. And so, my friends, let us not raise generations who have heard of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but do not know that he was a pastor, a reverend, a man of God, who birthed the civil rights movement from the pulpit of his church, the one his father pastored before him, the Ebenezer Baptist Church. All of us should know that the fire in his belly to fight the evil of segregation came not from his academic studies, but from his study of the biblical prophets. And may we all live to see the day when the words of one of those prophets, this one is Amos, quoted so memorably in that same sermon, come true once and for all. Let justice well up like water, righteousness like an unfailing stream. My friends, as always, we're very grateful to those of you who support the work of this channel by becoming patrons. Their names are on the screen right now. If you would like to become one of them, please click the link to Patreon in the description box below the video. And of course, we always appreciate it when you give us a YouTube thumbs up or when you subscribe to the channel at no cost to you whatsoever. To subscribe, just click on my face right over there, or watch my last video by clicking on its icon right over there. As ever, until next time, Shabbat Shalom.